Episode of Deep True Crime. I'm Manny Rodriguez. In today's episode, we are giving you a Quinton Simon update. Mom appeared in court. Police now searching the landfill, which adds credibility to Darkness Exposed text where she shared that Billy Joe Howell shared that the landfill will be searched on Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. So there was definitely some proof in that. Let's go ahead and dive into what we know, my friends. According to police investigating his disappearance, missing toddler Quinton Simon was allegedly thrown into a dumpster and then disposed of in a landfill. Poor little Quinton, who went missing October 5th, and this has been a sensational story that most people have been following. Police officers in Chatham County, Georgia, now assume the 20-month-old's remains are in the dump as they begin to tireless search for his body. Quinton disappeared on October 5th, and his mother, Leilani Simon, 22 years old, is the primary suspect. She has not been arrested or charged, and the Chatham County Police Department and FBI have confirmed they believe the child is dead. And that's where it's extremely sad on this whole thing, because Leilani, she's not speaking. She says that she wakes up and he's gone, basically. But we all know that's not true. And so Police Chief Jeff Hadley announced today that the team believes the toddler was thrown in a dumpster and unknowingly thrown into a local landfill. Now, police declined to say what evidence led them to the landfill. He did say, "We think it was placed in a specific container in a specific location." And he says, "We want justice for Quinton just like everyone else." And now we find out that court documents describe Leilani Simon is a chronic, unrehabilitated drug user of cocaine and cannabis who reportedly admitted to using cocaine and tested positive for the drug when giving birth to one of her children. That is definitely an unfit mom. Leilani, what happened? I only hope she says something. And so the chief says, "And we want to find his remains so we can give him a good resting place." And he says, "I'm confident we'll find his remains here in the landfill." And that's where it adds credibility to the text exchange between Darkness Exposed and Billy Joe Howell, where she says, and you can see it right here, that Quinton has passed, he's in a landfill, and my daughter done did it. She has no memory of it. And in this text exchange, she does say that we will be searching. The search will go on Tuesday. And I actually forgot to bring up the whole text exchange. Let me pull that real quick. But she says after this text, "Oh my gosh, I am so sorry." Billy Joe goes on to say that we will be searching, they will be searching the landfill on Tuesday. You're the only news I've talked to. And, truth is, she does exactly what a lot of us do, Darkness Exposed, sharing the heinous crime that this ugliness has portrayed. And we only wait to see, when will she be arrested? Because truth is, we don't know. And here's where you can see right here. Billy Joe says they will be searching the landfill on Tuesday. And guess what? Today is Tuesday. And so it looks like that was a very credible source. And so now investigators are combing through the piles of rubble at the landfill site at Little Neck Road near El Scottsdale Park. Now, Will Clark, the FBI supervising agent for the satellite office in Savannah, said, "We are not just randomly searching this landfill. We have specific evidence leading us to this large estate." And he says this won't happen quickly. This won't be easy, and the outcome is uncertain. Now, you can see where this is still ongoing. This is literally still ongoing. But what we do know is there's some serious credibility behind the text exchange between Darkness Exposed and Grandma Howell. But what we don't know is what else is there for us to know. Because truth is, there's a lot more to the story. Like, for example, why hasn't she been arrested? Well, truth is, they only get one shot at this. And when you do not have a body, you only get one shot. So if they try her for murder and she is acquitted and not found guilty, they don't get to do this again. So they cannot jump the gun on this. They have to be extremely careful at this particular outcome because they, again, only get one shot at this. And now we wait to see because they say we feel very confident we are going to have justice for little Quinton Simon. And with that also being said, because now that the landfill is being completely searched and we know that she is the prime suspect behind this. They have made that very clear since day one. She is the primary suspect. And I'm going to share with you a video here in a second with the babysitter sharing something about it, about the day of the text exchange, where they are literally going to try to figure this out. They're doing everything they can to figure this out. And so now we do know that, hey, is there more to this? Because any day, my guess is they're going to find little Quinton and they're going to arrest her. But I have a question. And if you have an idea, please share with me. So this text exchange with Darkness Exposed and Billy Joe Howell comes from last week. What have they been doing this whole time that they could not be searching this landfill a lot sooner? That kind of blows my mind in this case. Like, you were busy Monday, the weekend, why? But here is from the Chatham County Police Department of them searching the landfill. And you could see a number of people going through it. This is heartbreaking in so many ways. Court documents previously obtained by the U.S. Sun describe how Leilani, 22, is a chronic, unrehabilitated drug user of cocaine and cannabis, as I shared earlier. And she admitted using cocaine and testing positive when she gave birth to one of her children. And now she is the prime suspect in the disappearance and presumed death of her 1-year-old, actually 20-month, almost 2-year-old child. And with Child Protective Services removing her 2 other children from her mother's custody on October 12th. The reason for that is they have found Grandma to be an unfit mother as well, because she left them in the care of this unfit mother. And so Billy Joe Howell had custody of her grandchildren. She had a tempered relationship with his mother and had her evicted. But she was discovered by Child Protective Services in Chatham County, Georgia, as failed to provide adequate supervision. She would have left the children in their mother's care, but knew or should have known her daughter was unfit to provide proper care while the maternal grandmother left the state, according to WTOC reports. Now, the children are now placed in foster care while custody proceedings take place in the courts. And that's sad. At first reports, it was said that the kids were with the aunt, but now we don't really know, because now they're saying that the babies they're in foster care. And the first custody hearing for Quinton's two siblings was held yesterday, Monday, October 12th. And she was seen outside of the courthouse running away from the courthouse to the jail, or to her white truck that she was previously seen in on the way there. And this is her. Like, I am blown away about this. And so she was in Chatham County Juvenile Court. She was found by Child Protective Services in Chatham County, Georgia, for failing to provide adequate supervision. And so Quinton's grandmother, she was actually filmed arguing with the babysitter, which is odd in its own way. Like, why would you be yelling at the babysitter? And there are some discrepancies, because she was upset that she thought that Diana, the babysitter, was having a memorial for little Quinton. Grandma's like, my child is alive. She was saying still alive after the babysitter voiced concerns online. And so Billy Joe was previously filmed yelling at Quinton's babysitter that he was alive and berating her for asking questions about his disappearance. The babysitter, Diana McCarter, has spoken out about the child's disappearance, and she spoke to the media repeatedly and claimed that Child Services had previously been involved with the family. She also revealed that she had received a text that morning of the child's disappearance. And of course, she doesn't know what could have possibly happened that morning. And so she speaks up. She does a live as well, sharing what we really don't know completely. And
I got up in the morning at 5 o'clock on Wednesday, because they usually got here around 5:30, 6 o'clock. I get a text at 5:29 saying, the kid from Danny, the kids are not coming. Leilani is with them. I put okay. Was it a little unusual? Yes, because even when she was off, I had them. She didn't know that we could see her. They sit on the front porch. But if me and the kids, and my kids too, but mine are basically grown, would go to leave, she would be on the front porch smoking, but she would duck and run inside so we wouldn't see her. But I had no problem keeping the babies. Was it for money? No, it wasn't. I charged them. I didn't even charge them for Sky. I charged them for the two boys, and it was $15 a piece, $30 a day. Okay, so back to what I was saying. So I text Danny, okay. Didn't hear nothing back from him. I got up. My husband went to work around 7:30. We was outside. My son also lives on this road, so he was going to work as well around 8:30. From 7:30 until 8:30, we was outside. We did not see Quinton. Nowhere. Okay. So then me and my girls, we go to McDonald's. They want a McDonald's. I live on Chatham Parkway. The McDonald's is literally right down the road. On our way back, I get a text from Danny. He says, have you seen Quinton? I said, no, why? Well, immediately I called him. And he said They couldn't find Quinton.
And so that was a clip that was on dailymail.com by Queen Bee on YouTube. And so the key here though is when are we going to get this girl arrested? I could guarantee you, if the chief is right, if he is right, and they're going to find this little baby, she will be arrested the same day. There's no doubt in my mind. She will be arrested the very same day. Because you can hear Diana in this. And I mean, she gets this text barely. She received a text telling her not to take care of him on the day he disappeared, 30 minutes before he was last seen by his stepfather, who said he saw the baby at 6:30 in the morning. And the boy's grandmother stormed into her house, Diana's house, to confront her, told her she had switched over, and insisted he was unharmed. And grandma says, "My baby is alive. My baby is alive." She yelled at Diana McCarter while being filmed on a cell phone. And the grandmother, she has a long history, a long criminal record herself with 18 previous arrests. They include charges of grand theft for using stolen credit cards, prostitution, burglary, driving with a suspended license, possession of cocaine, possession of cannabis, assault, battery, and fraud. Now, I'm not going to be judging people. That is not my place. What I am trying to share is the history, what we know. And truth is, could this have been prevented? That part I really don't know, because this lady, I mean, cocaine, that's a pretty bad drug. And if she was on that when she gave birth, wow. Wow, wow, wow. And I'm going to tell you, you know, as a family, I was taken from, we were taken as teenagers away from, I was a teenager. My brothers were a little younger when we were taken from our mom. Drugs can really, truly ruin a family. Can truly ruin a family. Especially when, and as my mom described it to me, when she was describing some of her stuff, she was on a mission. I'll remember that to this day. Rest in peace, Mom. She would die of AIDS from sharing needles. And when you bring that stuff into the family, those hard chemical drugs, it ruins families. Wholeheartedly ruins families. And so I saw it firsthand. And again, we were taken and put into the foster care system. I was fortunate to live with my aunt. Was she perfect? No. I literally found stuff I would never put in my system ever in my life. But I'm glad I was able to be with family. She did take good care of me. I finally had clean clothes, hot water, and food all the time. But under foster care, they get a stipend or something. And so she was found by Child Protective Services in Chatham County, Georgia, to have failed to provide adequate supervision. The grandma Billy Joe, the one with this past history. And again, I'm not trying to pass judgment. I am not friggin' perfect. I am not perfect. My baggage from childhood brings up baggage today, right? It's hard to get rid of this stuff. But this poor little boy did not deserve this heinous act that was done to him. This is one of the hardest things a person will ever come across. Ever. Ever. And so, as you can see, it remains unclear what happened in the court proceeding on Monday, where Leilani was seen wearing a dress and a mask as he sat just feet away from her mother, though her lawyers were sitting beside them. The fathers of the children also appeared at the hearing, at over video chat, and as they fought for custody, Cody Wharton tells the son, Zane needs to be with me. I want to make sure he's safe. Knowing he thought Billy Joe would be able to take care of him. He said he is now questioning everything he had thought of Leilani. He's wondering, is he hurt? What is he doing? He worried. And he says, I don't want to get a call saying your son is hurt and going to the hospital. Wharton noted that Simon had struggled with her mental health in the past and even claimed she tried to overdose last spring when she was watching their son. And he said, she's always been unpredictable, but I wasn't worried about Zane's safety until all of this started going on. He claimed she was a good mother and I don't know what happened. But if he had custody of his son, of his young son, Wharton said, it would give me a calm mind. He said, he deserves a good life and a life full of opportunity. I feel like he's not getting that right now. No, probably not. Now, Billy Joe had previously been filmed, so that also brings a lot of like, what is going on in this family? Little Quinton didn't deserve this at all. Grandma Billy Joe did not protect this boy. And as I previously mentioned in one of my videos, I thought she was going to lose custody of these boys because she did not protect them. So the question is, will she be charged with child endangerment? You left him with your daughter who you knew was an unfit mom. And so now we know she was an unfit mom and even further bad person. So what happens with Danny Youngkin, the fiance to Leilani? Because he said to police, I last seen the little toddler at 6 a.m. What happens to him now? Because the chief is not sharing much outside of, we know that Leilani is the prime suspect. So 1 week after he goes missing, police named Leilani as the prime suspect in his death after they analyzed cell phone data and returned to her home with sniffer dogs. That definitely helps add a little more credibility as to what information do they have on her. What information do they have on her? Thank you, Miss Ladybug. That is a beautiful little face, and it's heartbreaking that anyone could do such a thing. Even though we know that this is a corrupt world we live in, we never really expect it to happen to someone so close, right? In our case, this baby's not close to us, but we feel like we know little Quinton now. We've been watching this story unfold for a couple of weeks now. And Leilani, she had been ordered to pay child support just 1 week before his disappearance and was due to be charged $150 a month starting November 1st. The amount would be lowered to $100 if one of her two sons died. That is so creepy to even know. Why would that type of stipulation even be put in there? Why would anyone put that type of stipulation in there? And so, again, authorities have not yet revealed what kind of evidence they have against her and say they want to ensure they have watertight evidence before they arrest or charge her in order to secure a conviction. What I am hoping and praying is, number one, she does not take her life, because I want to see justice done to this lady. I want to see justice done to her because no one deserved this. And Diana, I know you did your best. I know you did your best. $15 per child, $30 a day to babysit. And then you get this weird text message. Why did this happen? We won't ever know. But what we do know is Leilani was an unfit mother. Leilani did not deserve these sweet, beautiful children at all. And so what we don't know is, will they find that baby today? Well, it is said that it's going to take days before they would find him. And the chief also says it's going to be hard for us. We're going to do this tirelessly. I'm still wondering why it took this long to even start searching the landfill. Maybe they didn't have enough evidence. Again, a lot more will continue to be coming out, but I mean, like, I wish I was in Georgia right now. I'd be searching that landfill if they allow me to. And my thought, the more eyeball searching in this landfill, the quicker we can get this little baby put to rest. Please, my friends, if you're a person of prayer, pray for justice for little Quinton Simon. Please. I'm Manny Rodriguez. My friends, the number one reason I do this channel is to keep you updated on what can go wrong in this crazy world we live in. And unfortunately, it is. And if you find that this is the type of content you like, please hit on that subscribe button. That way YouTube notifies you whenever I upload any content. And if you do get some value from this video, hit that like, because that's going to tell YouTube that you got some value. Share it with more people. My friends, I'm Manny Rodriguez. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you have an amazing day. Rest in peace, little Quinton. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.